Welcome back to another mock draft. Today we'll be reviewing Joel Klatt's 2.0 mock draft that just released earlier today. I'm very interesting to see how this changes. This was on Fox Sports. I don't know what happened. Let me find. There we go. This is the original one. So yeah, we'll be doing Joel Klatt's NFL mock draft. Let me know what you guys think about this, and let's get started. The Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback out of Indiana. This will be another easy pick. I mean, they spent a lot of money in free agency getting some of these pieces in Tyler Linderbaum. And I think it'd be awesome. Awesome for this offensive line. You obviously didn't. The Max Crosby trade whole situation was very interesting, but the team could really use a quarterback. I mean, they just traded with Geno Smith, new regime, new everything. They're going to probably start fresh. This would be a pretty good pick for whatever team takes him, which is going to be the Raiders. I don't know what Sam was saying. Like, this is mysterious. Like, the Raiders are going to take him. Like, there's no doubt about it. So we're going to go for him. And it does here. I like this pick a lot for them. The Jets take Arvo Reese, edge out of Ohio State. This I can probably list him as an outside linebacker or OLB. I think that would make a little more sense because you can play on the off-ball situation as well, like he did in Ohio State. But this team can honestly just, again, you're using him for his edge. You're drafting him for his edge this highly. You can also have the versatility of him playing on offensive outside linebacker. That would be pretty good for this team. I think this team would really enjoy our receiver. I think this makes so much sense for this team. Honestly, just schematically, it fits better than some of these other guys. I think Ruben Bain wouldn't really fit schematically. David Bailey would be fine, but I think I trust Arvo Reese a little more schematically. Cardinals take David Bailey, edge out of Texas Tech. I think this has definitely happened too, especially with Josh Sweat. The whole interesting scenario that's happening there. David Bailey would be awesome. I know he doesn't have real 3-down lineman ability yet, but I think you definitely develop him into being that guy. That would be an awesome fit for this team regardless. I think this team needs a lot of trenches help, either in the interior or either in the offensive side or the defensive side of the ball. I mean, it's just really bad. Like, it really is. So I think taking David Bailey here would get your guy, and this would be an awesome fit for them regardless. So honestly, honestly I might start leaning towards an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman now, because David Bailey, it might make more sense to go edge, because edge sometimes is as highly touted as a offensive tackle. But again, it's interesting area to think about. Titans take Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. I've seen this a lot too. I actually love this pick for the Titans. I mean, they get their dynamic running back. You've seen this happen with like this guy. They literally just listed them. You've seen how some of these guys that are missing Zeke, literally Zeke. I think Zeke would be a good comparison too. I think like these guys, these running backs don't hit the market that much, with the exception of Saquon Barkley and even Christian McCaffrey. But these type of guys that like really are really good, you don't see them hitting the market that much. I think the Lions will never let go of Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't think the Falcons ever let go of Bijan Robinson. Obviously, once they fall off, obviously, but like right now, when at their peak, they don't usually let go of them, except in off scenarios like Saquon Barkley, where the Giants are just stupid and they let him go. But Love will be so great. He'll provide a home run throw ability. It'd be pretty good for this team. I don't know. I just think it would be really awesome for this team regardless. The Giants take Carnell Tate, wide receiver at Ohio State. Again, it would be a good compromise to Malik Neighbors. I know they signed some guys, Darnell Mooney and Calvin Austin, to be specific. Also lost Wandale. Going to be a pretty big loss for them. They got Calvin Austin, I guess Darnell Mooney for that slot area. You're going to need to shoot Z. I think Darnell Mooney can maybe play that, but linebackers also play here too with Sonny Styles. But I think taking Carnell here would be a good contrast to Malik Neighbors, who's coming off an ACL tear. You don't know how well he's going to come back immediately. Obviously, Malik Neighbors is still Malik Neighbors, but at the same time, right, this team would probably like another surefire ability in this wide receiver room is very bad. So Darius Slayton's not good enough to play on the Z. I just don't trust that at all. So I think taking Carnell here is not a bad idea. The Giants could really use someone like him. The Browns take Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle out of Georgia. This would be another interesting pick for them too as well. People might say this is a reach. I think this is definitely a kind of a reach too. I think I have him as my offensive tackle too. Now that I have Bono moved down, I have Bono moved down to a guard. So Monroe Freeling would be interesting. He plays the blindside blocker. He'd be pretty good for this team regardless. I was pretty high on Monroe Freeling just coming out. Other than the experience issues, he just had pretty solid tape, and it's not flashy, and it's not the best lineman class you've ever seen, especially not the best lineman prospect you've ever seen. But there's stuff to work with, and this team needs an offensive tackle regardless. Tyler Howard can play on the right side. You can move Freeling to the interior, to the left side. That would be pretty good for this team. I think this team could really use that type of flexibility, and honestly just build up the offensive line, because again, it wasn't good. So many guys are hitting free agency. They lost some guys. They got some guys. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces, but I think this team would honestly like taking him here a lot more, even though Maino hasn't gone yet. So that's an interesting area to talk about. But I think Freeling would be good. But I think Maino probably might make a little more sense. But again, for the team needs, Freeling is not a bad pick. Washington Commanders collect Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. Definitely Sonny Styles would be awesome for this team. Again, Bobby Wagner has been terrible in space, terrible in pass coverage. I think I like Sonny Styles more as a run defender than I do as pass coverage, but he does have the X safety ability to, like, again, be an X safety. So that was a pretty good area to talk about, because he definitely has upside as a really good pass rusher, or pass cover, and he's also just really good between the blocks and between the gaps. So he'd just be an awesome fit for this team, and especially a team with youthful and needs more linebacker area. So this team would love him here. The Saints take Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver out of USC. He had this in his last mock draft that I looked at. Interesting area. I think the Saints could really use a wide receiver. I think now, like, Tate is off the board, I think Tate would be a perfect fit. I think if the Tate falls to the Saints, I think they should select him. No ifs, ands, or buts, or Bane. But I think things, Lemon here is not a bad option either, because he'll be a good contrast to Olave, and pretty kind of maybe not fill in that Rashid Shaheed role, but Rashid Shaheed was a small receiver, so maybe he can not be used in the same areas, but he'll find a schematic fit in that area, because they never really utilize these big wide receivers. I mean, obviously it was Michael Thomas back in the day, but this team could really use another wide receiver and maximize that cheap contract that Tyler Shuck is on, which I always bring up because that's pretty big. A quarterback with his caliber, I know he's a little older, but again, cheap contract is a cheap contract, so might as well utilize his rookie deal. Wouldn't hate that pick at all for them. The Chiefs take Mansour Delane, cornerback out of LSU. This is 100% a schematic fit as well. Again, you saw with Trent McDuffie, and then again, you lost Jalen Watson. I'm not trying to Jew this guy's pick away. Well, that's really racist. I'm not trying to take away this guy's pick. Fucking no. I'm not trying to Jew this guy's pick. I'm not really trying to, like, blame him, but he's literally stealing my thunder. So I think Delane would be a perfect fit for this scheme. You can maybe go a cornerback later down the line. Maybe try to snag Avion Terrell if you can. Delane is honestly as good, even better, because I have him higher. I think it'll be awesome. He's a little bit on the smaller size, but again, his technique is refined and great. So I think this team would really enjoy someone like Mansour. The Bengals take Ruben Bain Jr. edge out of Miami, Florida. This would be another pretty good signing. I know they did lose Trey Hendrickson, but they signed Boye Mafe. So I think Ruben Bain Jr. can be that Trey Hendrickson replacement and be that guy who can be an instant 3-down lineman for this team. I think that would be pretty good for this team. With needs, this team really needs an edge, and I think edge is such a premier position that sometimes you got to reach, even though I don't think Ruben Bain's a reach. I think Ruben Bain's a top 5 player in this class. His arm length's a little short, but the production is undeniable. Like, people got to understand that. The production is undeniable. You can say his arm length's short, and you can say he might get dominant in the NFL, but this edge class isn't good enough to compare him to, like, some of these other edge classes. But this honestly isn't a bad pick for this team, because again, they need an edge. They lost Trey Hendrickson, and Boye Mafe is a fine signing, but taking Ruben Bain with more youth and a lot more surefire ability than some of these other prospects for a 3-down lineman, it's not a bad idea, and I can definitely see him going here. I don't hate that pick at all. Dolphins take offensive tackle Francis Marino. I think this would honestly be another pretty good pick for them as well. I think definitely Caleb Downs will play too with safety after Fitzpatrick's gone and the defensive backs decided coach. But taking Francis Marino here is not a bad idea as well. I think Francis Marino would be slotting him perfectly at this guard or tackle position, whatever they need him to be. Awesome pick. I think this would be an awesome just schematic fit. I mean, there's not really much to talk about for this pick. I mean, it's just a good pick, and I think I have him offensive lineman number 1. So pretty good. Cowboys take Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. I mean, I had them in my mock draft yesterday for you guys, but when I had a trade for the Commanders to move down to the Cowboys, so they can take safety Caleb Downs. That would be an awesome pick for them. I think this would honestly be an awesome schematic fit as well. He'd be a good tackler, which really was a struggle. This team just needed a safety help and just defensive help at all. So I think taking safety here is not a bad idea at all for this team. The Rams take Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. You know, Rams don't really care about these schematic fits or even just how these teams, or even like positional needs. If they like this guy, they're going to go for it. And honestly, that would be perfect. It'd be pretty good if you get a tight end number 1. It would be awesome. I know they just got Higbee back, but I think this team could really use a guy like Kenyon Sadiq who can also line up on the outside. Be a good mismatch for some of these guys and be a bigger wide receiver on the outside. I really like this a lot. I think this would be an awesome fit for this team. And I know people are saying Jordan Tyson. I think Jordan Tyson 100% gets a warranted pick here. I think Jordan Tyson can be awesome for this team. He'll eventually be a replacement for Devontae Adams. I know there's injury history, but again, if he's good, he's good. And if he's there, he shows up in the playoffs, I mean, shit, he's there, right? So they're going to try maximize Matthew Stafford's MVP window, so it's not the worst idea in the world. I wouldn't hate this pick at all. Ravens take Spencer Fano, offensive tackle out of Utah. Another easy pick. I think Spencer Fano would be amazing for this team. I think Spencer Fano gives that kind of that multiple versatility role, which they've gone back to in many different aspects of their organization in many different times. I think Spencer Fano would be awesome for this team, regardless if he doesn't have the arm length. If he needs to play tackle, he needs to play tackle. He can do it. He did it in Utah. Who says he can't do it in the NFL? I know there's more moving parts to that, but I think if there's a will, there's a way, and I think he can do that regardless of the arm length. I think I just prefer my guard, and this team also needs a guard with Flailing gone. So I think I like this pick a lot for them because it gives them a lot of flexibility. And I know they did get Trey Hendrickson, so I think defensive lineman is kind of off the board for the first couple rounds. And then wide receiver is definitely on the board too. Jordan Tyson's definitely a guy they can go for and target. But Spencer Fano honestly makes the most sense for me here regardless. I think I've always gone back to this pick a lot. So taking Spencer Fano here, I really like it. I really do. The Bucks take Keldrick Folk, edge out of Auburn. I think Folk, I don't know. I just don't think this is the right pick because, again, Todd Bowles is trying to save this job. Keldrick Folk is a project. He's a real project. He isn't great at the pass rushing. He's pretty good at his run stopping. He has a high floor there, but again, he's a younger guy. He relies a little bit too much on his athleticism, and Todd Bowles is on the hot seat. He's not going to want a project in the long run. If he does, awesome, really awesome. I mean, you're probably going to get fired, but awesome. You got a developmental project and a potential stud in the next for the next 10-year head coach. If not, you can go someone like Akeem Messer, instant production, had injury history, but shaved on pounds, and now has had a relatively clean injury history in the past couple years. Then you can also go TJ Parker. I think that's a little too high for him. I don't hate that. Or you can go wide receiver Jordan Tyson because you lost Mike Evans. He can be that Mike Evans replacement. A lot of interesting areas to talk about. I think Keldrick Folk is a little too rich for me, and I think that this would be too developmental for this team, and especially for this regime who is trying to hold on to the job. So, not a great pick. The Jets take Ty Simpson, quarterback of Alabama. I just don't like this pick at all. I think the Jets, with Geno Smith, have kind of resigned, saying, okay, let's not take Ty Simpson. I'm not saying Geno Smith is a starting caliber quarterback, but if I was them, I would wait. If I was them, I think I would wait for a better quarterback class next year, which, again, we say this every single year, but I think there's a better quarterback class next year. So I know there won't be the same preseason guys, won't be the same guys taking the top round. I know there's always some variation, but, again, I think that makes a little more sense for this team. The team has a little more needs. Wide receiver board has not fallen that badly. I know Lemon is gone and Tate's gone. Jordan Tyson's just sitting there with his dick in his ass right now. So why don't you take Jordan Tyson? Vega Ione. There's no real right guard for this team. Why don't you take Vega Ione? Like, I mean, I think that just makes a little more sense. And for this, I don't know. This makes really no sense to me. I really don't like it. I don't like this pick at all. 2 back-to-back duds. Lions take Blake Miller, offensive tackle out of Clemson. Again, this is a solid starter. I don't think he'll be an amazing tackle in the NFL. I think he'll be a solid tackle. He'll be maybe average. He'll be probably a little average. With Decker retiring, there's a big need. I think Caden Proctor can definitely be a replacement. I know they've been linked to talking to Caden Proctor. I think that's a very interesting, intriguing option. But taking Blake Miller here, again, I don't think Blake Miller is that guy where I'm like, okay, he's going to be a stud in the NFL. He has so much upside. I think he's more of a solid prospect now, kind of a do it now type of guy. When the Rams don't need, or the Lions don't even need that type of guy to be a stud and with the highest floor ever. And they have Penei Sewell, one of the best offensive tackles, if not the best lineman in football. Taking Blake Miller here is kind of an average tackle, and he is very battle tested. He played a bunch of snaps at Clemson. It's just a solid pick, and it's not the best, but I've seen worse on this pick. I don't hate this pick. The Vikings take Peter Woods, edge out of Clemson. I don't know why he has him as edge. Peter Woods is more of a defensive tackle. I think he is a great player. I think people are really overrating it, and with how many defensive tackles they've lost in free agency, there's a real vacancy there, and I think taking Peter Woods here is not a bad idea. I think this team would love Peter Woods. I think Peter Woods has so much tremendous upside. Again, the numbers have been down, again, because I think he's been game planning around. I think teams have tried to stop him, obviously, because he was just so dominant. I think this team would really like a player in Peter Woods here. Panthers take Caden Proctor. They've had some signings where I was like, okay, maybe they're not going to take an offensive tackle here, maybe take someone else. I definitely can see that happening. But I think maybe linebacker isn't bad. CJ Allen is not a terrible idea here. I think CJ Allen is fine. He's a high floor linebacker. Caden Proctor isn't a bad idea either. He can play swing tackle, and then when Wanu might be a minute. So Proctor here will be a instant replacement, and I know there's a lot of concern with him as a actual player because, again, he's very, very raw. He doesn't have great technique refinement yet. I think that's going to be a real issue for this team. But again, if you develop him into being a guy and then maybe eventually move him to guard, I definitely think you can do that as well. I think he has guard and tackles flexibility. So I think you can literally play him wherever he needs to because his size is tremendous. I think he can play whatever he wants. But I think that, I don't know, I think that taking Proctor here maybe be developmental beside Rasheed Walker would not be a bad idea. But I don't know. I just think that taking Caden Proctor is fine. It's not the best pick in the world, but I think it's fine. The Cowboys take Jamal McCoy, cornerback out of Tennessee. This team might need corner again with Woolen gone. So not Woolen. With Diggs gone, I think this team does need a corner. Jamal McCoy can provide that instant corner. There's problems with his ACL again. You don't know how he will, but again, ACL injuries are not what they used to be. So there's a lot of moving parts there, but I think this team would really enjoy taking McCoy here, because I think McCoy would fit this team a lot better, and I don't think Bland is a cornerback one. I think you can't procrastinate that longer in this draft, because then it gets bad. So taking him here is not a bad idea, and again, it just fits well. Steelers take Vega Ione out of Penn State. Again, another high floor player. Only 5 pressures at Penn State. A simple pick, very simple pick, but I think this team would really like Vega Ione. I think it'd be a pretty good fit schematically too. I think Vega would be fine. I wouldn't hate this pick at all. I think Omar Cooper Jr. or Casey Concepcion is in play as well. I think Casey Concepcion is honestly a very dark horse pick for them, because he can play that punt returner and kick returner role, but also that slot role next to Michael Pittman Jr. and DK Metcalf. Be a pretty good team with that lack of offensive weapons, but I think Vega Ione is not a bad idea at all for this team. Chargers take Lee Hunter, defensive tackle out of Texas Tech. I think this is a little too crazy after his terrible, abysmal combine showing, especially after his broad jump. His broad jump was fucking terrible, but there is problems there as well. I think Lee Hunter would be a pretty good run-stopping defensive tackle for this team. Yeah, that's fine, but I think this team might want someone else with higher upside. I think Caleb Banks is definitely out of contention for this pick. I've had Caleb Banks go here a couple times. Definitely out of contention now. Maybe Lee Hunter, sorry, not Lee Hunter. Maybe if not Lee Hunter, maybe Kaden McDonald, another nose tackle, best defensive tackler, best defensive tackle run stopper in my opinion in this class. I think would be an awesome fit for whatever team takes him. So yes, Lee Hunter is really good. He has really good defensive tackle stopping ability as well, but I think taking Lee Hunter is a little bit too crazy for me. I think I like maybe Cam McDonald here a little more, fits the scheme a little better. Philadelphia Eagles take Akeem Esther edge out of Miami. I think I like this pick a lot too. I think again, instant production. He'll get to the quarterback. Again, he can play in the interior if you want him to gain a little more pounds, but I think playing on the edge is a little bit better. Really good pass rushing upside. I think this team would really enjoy him. They didn't really have a bunch of pass rushing like games, and they had to get Brandon Graham out of retirement. It was really bad. But this team could really use another pass rusher. I like this pick a lot for them. It's very schematically fine as well. I wouldn't hate this pick at all. I think TJ Parker is also in play here. Watch out for that. The Browns take Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver out of Indiana. Another good pick. I can literally play whenever, whatever. Great hands. Really good contact balance. It's honestly pretty good. He tested all right at the combine as well. I think this team would really enjoy Omar Cooper Jr. I think this would be an awesome pick. I have him as a really highly touted wide receiver. The Bears take Jordan Tyson. Whoa. That's crazy. The Bears take Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. Interesting area to talk about. I think if Dylan Thieman's on the board, I think you take Dylan Thieman instantly. But Jordan Tyson isn't a bad pick, I guess. DJ Moore, I guess. But you do have Luther Burden and Rome Odunze, so that's an interesting area to talk about. And this wide receiver class is so deep. I don't really see the vision here. I'm not a huge fan of this. I think again, Dylan Thieman's on the board. I just don't see any world where I wouldn't pick Dylan Thieman here. But again, I guess Jordan Tyson does have the injury concerns, so that's fine, I guess. But I don't know. He's really good, but again, injury concerns really concern me. They both took Dylan Thieman, safety out of Oregon. This would be an awesome pick for Jim Leonard. I think I really would like to see Weber for them on the safety side. He'd be a really good thumper, has a bunch of upside as a player. He definitely has the turnover ability and just has so much versatility. It's just so good. Like I don't know. I just really enjoy watching his tape. Be an awesome fit for this team. This team that needs safety as well. I had him mocked safety a bunch of times. I think Anthony Warren falled a lot to me before I started watching Dylan Thieman's tape. So I love Dylan Thieman here. I think this would be awesome for this team. 49ers take Caleb Lomu off the tackle out of Utah. I love this pick a lot for them too, because he had to develop him. I think he has a little more refinement towards this game. I think he needs a little more refinement, but if you develop him, he'll be an absolute dog. I think this would be an awesome pick for this team. I think this team would really enjoy a player like Caleb Lomu, because he will eventually be a successor to Trent Williams. I think this team would really like it. Texas take Max Notcher, offensive tackle out of Arizona State. Big project, but I think if you develop him, he'd be an awesome fit for this team. I think Max Notcher might benefit a little more for the 49ers. He's kind of built similar to Trent Williams. I think this team might enjoy it a little more, but I think taking Max Notcher is not a bad pick for this team, especially if they need tackle after trading with Tytus Howard. Wouldn't hate this pick at all for them. The Chiefs take Emmanuel McKinney Warren, safety out of Toledo. I think I can definitely see this too. The safety room is very, very deep. Very grim. I think taking Emmanuel McKinney Warren, who's not the best athlete in the world, didn't test off the charts at the combine. did have a pretty solid outing, so I wouldn't hate this pick at all for them. I think that taking a man with Warren here would not be a bad pick. Again, he's a big thumper, big hitter. He just said he would lay out Derrick Henry. I mean, you just want that type of guy on your team, so I would love that pick a lot. Broncos taking his exception to wide receiver at Texas A&M. Love this pick a lot too. I think this pick would be amazing for this team. Another wide receiver to contrast with Cortland Sutton and get Bo Nix a real weapon. I like this pick a lot for them. I think this team would again really enjoy taking Casey's exception here. I don't know, it just makes the most sense. But you just take Cash out to edge at Texas A&M. I just don't like this pick at all either. I think TJ Parker would work so much better. Play that defensive role. You don't see anyone with his as short of an arm length and played like he didn't even run that great at the combine get drafted this high. Like that, you don't really see that happen. So it's an interesting area, but I don't think this makes sense. This team needs a lot more than a DPR, and on the edge side, I think this team does have a bunch of rotational guys too. I think that works, but I think I like TJ Parker more with the upside. Speaking of TJ Parker, he goes here. I would prefer Avon Terrell here as well. I think Avon Terrell will work a lot better, but taking TJ Parker is not a bad idea. Again, you lost Boye Mafe, so you take TJ Parker, get the value when you can. Wouldn't hate this pick at all for them. I think TJ Parker is awesome. He's not the best at everything, but he's also just an overall solid prospect. He does a lot of things well. So I think taking TJ Parker is not a bad idea. And again, he'll be providing some good lineman ability, and I think he'd definitely be playing a 3-down lineman role in the NFL. But thank you all for watching. That's basically it. Let me know what you guys think of this mock draft. Let me know what you guys think in general. Yeah, let me know about everything in your life. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.